But first, terror at 50 feet. A tree trimmer is trapped on top of a palm tree in the West Valley.
And first responders rushed to the rescue. Fox 10's Kenzie Beach is live with details. Kenzie.
Yeah, Brian, Ashley, we're able to get a much better look at this palm tree this afternoon. It was this tree right over my left shoulder where the 40-year-old landscaper was stuck about 50 feet up in the air. You can still see that that tree has a lot of dead palm fronds around the top of it. But if you go down that tree and we look at the base more towards the ground, there is a massive pile of fronds right there. And when you look below it, but then when we come to the left, neighbors telling us the three-man crew nearly filled this entire dumpster of dead fronds from that palm tree just this morning before that man was rescued. It took crews about an hour to reach the 40-year-old worker. It shows just how dense the fronds were and how far up into the tree the landscaper was. They were able to use a drone. The fire department dropped a line over the tree to help get him off. They also had a ladder truck and chainsaws to get to him. The Phoenix Fire Department described just how heavy and deadly these palm fronds can be.
They thought they had their safety precautions in place, and then next thing we know, 911 was called and we went to work. They can fall down and they can trap the tree trimmer around his waist. They can trap their chest to where they're not able to get full respirations and they can't essentially breathe. I don't know if that's what happened here, but they did use chainsaws to be able to free some of that dead skirt that was up there, some of the dead foliage, and be able to put the ladder truck right at his location and secure him and pull him off the tree.
Now, I spoke with two neighbors that live right across the street from this house and from that palm tree. They witnessed it this morning. Richard Chard, you've lived here for 50 years, you were telling me. In the 50 years that you've lived here, how often have you seen that tree trimmed? Or maybe describe to me what it looked like this morning before the crews were here.
It looked like a tree that's never been trimmed.
Yeah, how far down were the fronds before?
As far as I could see, about almost to the top of the fence.
Wow, so almost to the roof line. Almost. So they were at it for hours. Describe to me maybe what you saw in terms of the worker going up the tree and when things went south.
He was working around, pulling the palm fronds off, throwing them out, and the guys were bringing them out. As you look in the dumpster, that's just from the bottom half of that tree. Wow. And then he, after a break, because it's hot, it was over 100 degrees here, and he took a break and then he went up inside, and both Eugene and I said, uh-oh, bad move. Yeah.
Then what happened? When did you know that maybe he needed help?
I heard some yelling from that, and then there was nothing after that.
Wow.
So he must have collapsed on the inside, and he was in pretty good.
Wow. How many fire crews, how would you describe maybe the chaos that was out?
There's about 11, 12 trucks here, wow. About 50 to 60 people.
Wow. Richard, thank you so much for your time. So, Brian, Ashley, as you just heard, this witness has lived here for 50 years and says the palm fronds came more than halfway down that tree. It had been uncut for decades now. Reporting live in Phoenix, Kenzie Beach, Fox 10 News.
All right, Kenzie, thanks for the update. Those workers are in my neighborhood. I'm always amazed how they go up that high and don't get hurt all the time.
I know.